All right. It is the afternoon. Somebody is just waking up. He's been in there since mid-morning. Not too long after I made the last video of him this morning, he went in there and he's been in there ever since. Vader, no. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys the quick rundown of my plans for him. What I'm going to be doing is this area that he's in right now, in front of this, and where his mud pit is, I'm going to rake back and remove as much of the gravel as I can. Don't know how much of it I'm actually going to be able to get that's not like down in the dirt, but I'll get as much as I can. And then somewhere along here, I'm not quite sure where yet, I'm going to build him a pond, an above ground type, something that he can get in and out of easily, because digging out here underneath this thing is going to be a nightmare. So I think I'm going to go above ground with it. And then everywhere else over here, with the exception of his mud pit, everywhere else over here, going right up to that border stone that's buried there. So from there, all the way down is going to be grass seed, from probably the tree to the wall. So hopefully, I know this season is kind of a loss because of how late in the year it is for me to try and get some Bermuda growing for him. So we're going to be probably surviving on a lot of hay and supplemented with leafy greens and stuff. And then in the spring, as soon as I can, I will probably go and get a few bags of good black dirt, topsoil, and spread it out over, and then use that and put the seed down. Hopefully it'll get him an area, it'll keep enough for him to graze on it. He's going to constantly be supplemented with hay. I mean, I've already identified, I'm pretty sure the hay I need to buy for him. Right where he's at now, I think, is where I will most likely build his little hide box, or whatever you want to call it, because he's already kind of nestled himself in right there and he likes that spot. And I already have power running to it for Luke, so I can just pull from the same source and have a heat source for him. You can see I found that, my watermelon plant. Nothing, of course, is producing this time of year for me. I'm just struggling to keep it alive until summer breaks. But all three of these shoots were resting on the ground. He found those two overnight and ate them. That one he didn't find yet, but I don't give it long because he's got an appetite. He's looking at me. But yeah, that is just a basic rundown of what I'm going to do. So I'll build his shelter out here. It's not going to be huge. It will basically be big enough for him to go in. One side of it will have a heat source. The other side of it, he'll be able to get out of the heat if he wants. That will be what keeps him going all winter. He's slightly different than Lucas, whereas I might see him during the winter. He might come out and visit occasionally. Whereas Lucas, he hibernates, or brumates, whatever you want to call it. Once the temperatures drop, he goes in that den, and I don't see him until the temps go back up in the spring. This guy's a little different. I'll have activity with him occasionally, I hope. But yeah, so he'll have all this will be grass. And like I said, his water feature will probably be up in that corner. just to keep, so I can have grass in between his water and his shelter. And I'm probably going to keep the mud pit. I know it might be asking for trouble with grass, and I haven't quite decided how to do it yet. But I kind of want to figure out a way to just do the grass around it, but leave his mud pit here, because if you saw the video I did earlier today, he loves that mud. And getting in there in that wet mud, putting it on him, kicking it up on himself like that is a great way for him to cool off. Especially on days like today when it's 118 degrees in Phoenix. Yeah, he's slowly waking up. I'm going to give him a little bit of time here. I just brought the dogs out. On days like today, we don't leave the door open because it's just too hot. So I brought them out. Thought I'd do a little content of the animals. Mr. Chewie there. Oh yeah, I did forget. Over here right now, that's the stone that I was feeding him on last night, just because I don't want him to get gravel in his mouth and in his system. And then I put a bunch of hay out here for him. He has been in it and ate some already today, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, we're just gonna wait and see when he decides to come out tonight, and we'll try to make a little bit more footage to add to the end of this. Maybe get some footage of me feeding him dinner tonight. Alrighty, well, one of my new toys is here. I now have myself a nice little tripod set up so I can get quality video of him and shrimp and everything else without the shakiness. So I'm gonna let you sit here and watch him fling some mud on himself while I go across the yard and do some other things. Let's see, how about I move you a little bit closer to him? Hopefully he doesn't knock this over. There you go. Enjoy. Hi, Chewie. Alright. Let's show him his food and see if I can get him to come over to his eating area. Oh, you got some fresh lettuce and stuff. Alright. See if we can get you to do it. Okay. Well, I finally got him to realize that there's food out here for him. So we're going to let him eat on camera. Vader, no. back away, let him eat. Vader, no. Vader, no. Leave him alone. Good boy. You're sitting on it, bud. It's underneath you. You're okay, Chewie. You're okay. Just gonna help you get it up here in a little pile for you. It's easier for you to grab. Rock under there. There you go, bud. There's the last of it. There you go. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. You can eat it, I promise. As you can see, we're only not even 24 hours in, and he's eating with me right next to him. But he's still very jumpy if I make any movements. You're okay, bud. Done for now. Alright. Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. You got to see Chewie eat his dinner. See you in the next one.